Hey, you know Dio and Jotaro?
Yes.
Cool. They have stance, right?
Fabulous.
Wait. What is Dio's ability? Alright, I know! Stopping time. Jotaro can do that too, right?
Yeah.
But what if I told you? It also stops your heart. you
Shocker! So basically, the theory idea is that we've just had a bit of a discussion saying that when Jotaro or when Dio stop time with their abilities, it actually stops everything. Not just the time around them, but their bodies in time. So although they can still move and all that kind of business, everything their body can do, like functions and things like that, like digestion, heartbeats and things like that, they all stop.
Everything will just stop. They still can move around along with their stance. That's why they're able to punch things or manipulate things. But then again, they can't breathe because they don't need to breathe and stop at time. Same for the heart. Their heartbeat is just stopped.
So it's almost like they're underwater in some senses, because when you're underwater you can't breathe, and when you don't breathe your body doesn't get enough oxygen, so your heart starts to suffer from that. So basically, the longer you are underwater, the more stress your body would get, which means you'd have to force yourself to the top to get more breath to continue going onwards. So in those sort of retrospects, when time is stopped, it's almost like being underwater because you can't necessarily breathe. Your heart would stop because of time, so all you're really doing is moving with whatever energy you have left which is why the time stop has a certain time limit.
Which is shown Elstone Diamond is Unbreakable. Because if you see that in Elstone Stardust Crusaders 2 with Dio, but if you see Jotaro stops time, in particular the last episode, when, spoilers for some, when Jotaro kills Kiro, more likely put him out of commission, then he actually said that time is about to move again. Well, just take it as a brief moment. When you hold your breath, you're like, and the time flows on, you can at least take 10 seconds of something, and then your body will like, oh my god, I need to breathe. And that's what it will do. Just think about the time. I have to move again. It's like the same with the heart. If your heart is focused in the same spot, it's just stop it again, and then it just needs to pump blood again. And which will be kind of evidence, for example, with Dio. He needs more Joestar blood in it, because that's the reason why he was actually killing Joseph and sucking his blood out. Because it is more powerful than that. So basically, Joestar blood is something else in the series, and it gives you the ability to stop time for a lot longer. Which is all about 6 seconds. And
I think also with Dio in Stardust Crusaders, the reason it lengthened his ability is mainly because he was using Jonathan's body. So with more pure Joestar blood, it made the ability more pure.
Yeah, besides the point that he is a vampire. So basically he has infinite, which I also realized. The thing is, Jotaro can't spam time stop all the time, because it also takes like, just take it for like you are running all odds, you're out of breath, but if you want to run again, you can't just go on the same speed again because you have to make a little break for it to catch a breath. Vampires don't need that. That's why Dio was able to spam a time stop again and again and again, which Jotaro was shown that he could all the time.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. As if you think about it, it's like it's almost like for a normal human, it's quite strenuous on the body to actually keep doing that. So it actually uses like physical energy to do that. Whereas with Dio, because he's a vampire and has like a not unlimited like energy reserve, but has a lot more, could spam it a lot more. So that's our point. So basically what we're trying to say is that the ability to stop time with Jotaro is a physical ability, and it actually affects the physical body. So it's almost like an actual exercise. Whereas with Dio, obviously, it's like a natural ability because his body is adapted to that way of using energy. It's easier to do. But it's almost like holding your breath or being underwater. You can only do it for such a period of time before you need to come back up and, you know, breathe again. But then you can't do it for a period of time because you can't just go up on surface and then go back down. You have to have a little bit of, you know, time on top of like the surface before you can go back down underwater again. So that's pretty much the explanation behind that. I mean, that's a good way to explain it, actually. And there's something fucking wrong with my microphone. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I can hear it.
It keeps cracking. I don't know what's going on.
Well, which also some little evidence is, for example, obviously stopping you hard over and over will damage it, of course. It was shown in the anime and in the manga, of course, when Jotaro actually stopped it his heart in this scenario, when he was about to make a surprise attack at Dio, and it was damaging his heart, and he was also able to revive Joseph Joestar. And just look at this. Jotaro didn't use his time stop from Stardust Crusaders until Diamond is Unbreakable when Josuke attacked him. So basically, the main proof for this is it was damaging his heart. The case with Dio is he can stopping time and train it how much he wants, because if his heart gets damaged, he doesn't care about it. He just gets another woman and sucks it out. The blood, of course. And he's in the case with Jotaro, it isn't like that, because he's not a vampire. It damages him a lot, and yeah, that's it. He can't just use it all the time because it's dangerous for him. Don't do that.
Don't do that. It's detrimental to your health. Yeah, so there we are. That's our theory, and make of that what you will. Stay tuned for more crazy stuff in the future. Ciao.
Yeah. We see you next time.